talking. What we're talking about on this broadcast is Donald Trump's recent comments on a fallen soldier who happened to be Muslim American, and his parents who spoke at the Democratic National Convention. Just a little backstory: two parents spoke at the DNC, I believe, on the third to last day, and they were talking about Donald Trump and his views
on Muslims.
on basically everything.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the points he said is you haven't sacrificed shit.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't read the Constitution, which he pulled out and basically used as a, I'm going to use John Oliver terminology here. Basically, he used the Constitution as just a middle finger to Donald Trump. And so Donald Trump's response to this
is disgusting.
Is that he didn't really let his wife talk. He didn't, and he said, and I'm quoting Donald Trump here, his wife didn't really talk much. I don't know if she was allowed to say anything. You tell me. Others have wrote about that. You can tell me, but she seemed scared, and she didn't really talk all that much. She seemed timid, which, a little backstory, the mother didn't want to talk. One, because she hates seeing pictures of her dead son, like any mother would.
Yeah, I don't blame her for that.
And she gets, I think she said that she had stage fright. Mm-hmm. So if you have stage fright and you cry when you see pictures of your dead son,
I'm not going to blame you for not talking.
I'm not going to blame you for not talking either. It had nothing to do with religion.
Yeah.
And how can you not console these parents after, one, your entire party has, the Speaker of the House and John McCain have already said, we don't condone, and the party does not condone the actions and words of Donald Trump, which has basically been said.
Yes, it does, because he's their nominee for president.
Well, high officials of that party, especially coming from the Speaker of the House, who has endorsed Trump because he has to, but also has backtalked Trump in recent statements. I believe it from both of them. I honestly believe it from both of them.
I believe that, who was it, Paul Ryan who was saying this? I completely buy that Paul Ryan doesn't agree with Donald Trump's opinions, but the Republican Party condones everything that Donald Trump is doing. And the reason for that is they have allowed it to get this far. They had every opportunity to stop it. They could have said, it would have been unpopular, it would have been historic, but they could have said, look, this is not what we're about. This is not what we're trying to be about. We're not going to give you the nomination. You're crazy. They could have said that. They could have. They didn't, so they condone it.
I agree with you on that.
Lie of omission is still a lie, basically.
And to this point, I like Hillary tenfold because one, how can you not console parents of a lost Marine?
Yeah, really. That's just.
How can you not sympathize with them, regardless of race?
And you know what's funny is, like, one of his only stances is like being pro-military.
Yes.
So it's just super ironic. Like, and why are you? It's stupid for his perspective too, because not only do you not want to be seen this way, but you also, your big stance is pro-military. Why do you want to alienate that voter base now? It just doesn't make sense. This is, I mean, it's going to keep, the Trump train is going to keep going. I still think he's going to win the election.
Oh my God.
It's just, I wonder when it's going to end. I wonder when the day of reckoning is going. I'm going to put things to perspective for you guys. I had my own little day of reckoning the other day. I said for years that I would never, ever, ever buy and wear a Yankee hat. I finally did. I finally cracked. I finally saw one that was like, wow, that is really cool. I have to have it. I really want it. I finally cracked. I finally bought one. I put it on my head. It was official. That was my day of reckoning. I am wondering when the day of reckoning for the Trump campaign is going to come. That it finally happens.
When
that he
nuclear
says,
missiles are launched into this country at this
it
point,
finally happens that somebody says, what have we gotten ourselves into?
other people from other countries do not understand this presidential election.
Yeah, well, I hate that argument. I could give less of a shit what other countries think. They're not us. They're not here. They're not
Yes.
voting.
Another thing.
That's what pisses me off. That's something that pisses me off. Quick side note. I hate going to YouTube comments on political shit. I am from Canada. I do not understand. That's a horrible. Why am I doing a friggin' foreign accent for Canada? I am from Finland. I do not understand why you would vote for this man. Why do you give a shit? You're from fucking Finland. Worry about your own fucking government.
The only thing.
Let us rein in our crazies.
The only thing I don't. After watching the John Oliver piece and then rewatching Donald Trump's acceptance speech and then rewatching highlights from the DNC was more patriotic.
Yeah, it was.
Was more like a convention for a.
It looked like a convention for a major party.
It started out like shit.
Yeah, it did. It was ridiculous.
But
we covered that last time, though.
But
so we're not going to cover it again.
It totally just catapulted Hillary Clinton in the polls.
Yeah.
Completely catapult, and especially with the comments that Donald Trump has said in the past couple of days. I honestly think from rewatching his acceptance speech and his comments about the fallen Muslim soldier, he's a fucking dictator. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe he's egotistic, he's narcissistic, and one thing that John Oliver pointed out that I honestly think he believes, he thinks sacrifice is success.
Mm-hmm.
In the interview, they asked, I forget who the interviewer was, but it was the same interview that he had the comments about the Muslim American soldier and his parents and their comments about him. They asked, the interviewer asked Trump, "What have you done to sacrifice?" He said, "Well, I have created jobs. I've made people's lives better." That's not sacrifice.
No, it's not.
You're not putting your life out there for this country like this Marine who got killed by a fucking suicide bomber did.
Exactly.
You're not sacrificing anything by losing a son that you had no control over.
Exactly.
Losing, and still to this day probably don't have any answers to how they could have. It's so stuff like this with military families losing their sons, losing their daughters, losing their husbands, fathers, whatever. It breaks my heart a little bit. Yeah. Because I have an uncle that is in the Air Force and is actually deployed right now.
I have an uncle who's retired Army. He served 26 years.
And you know the pain.
Exactly.
Of them going over.
You don't know if they're going to come back.
You don't know when the last time you're going to see their faces again. And yes, his sacrifice and everyone else's sacrifice to this country. We've graduated with a couple of people that are in the military currently now, and they're holding. They're soldiers. Yeah. They've gotten the title as soldier. And I have so much respect for that, but I don't know if they're going to come back. Yeah. I hope they do. I hope they have families, and I hope the military is a great outlet for them, and they have success and raise a family that way.
100%.
And I have so much respect for our troops. Personally, I could never do it, but that's just me. That's just who I am, and I'm very thankful for people who do, because I know the sacrifice with my uncle. This man is so self-centered, spits his opinion, and people follow him as if it's fact, as if it's solid evidence.
Show me the article, Trump. Show me the article.
Thank you for saying that. I'm pulling up our recent conversation about Donald Trump. He said, this is something he tweeted out on July 27th.
Yeah.
Shooting deaths of police officers up 78% this year. We have to restore law and order and protect our great law enforcement officers. Yes, somebody recently, I think it was Friday or Saturday, 2 or 3 cops got shot and killed in San Diego.
Mhm.
Again, not the answer. Shooting police is not the answer, just like shooting civilians is not the answer.
Yes.
But here's what I said to Nick. I said, hey, please check your source. I said, all in great, powerful leader, because that's basically what he is. He's a fucking dictator. Two,
he's not a dictator. He's not a dictator. He never will be a dictator. But what you're thinking of that he has is he has built a cult of personality around him.
He's built, and he's done exactly.
He's built himself in such a way. He's marketed himself in such a way that the idea of Trump is what people are voting for. People aren't voting for the man.
No.
They're voting for this great, big, massive idea.
Which is how governments fall. Which is how.
It's also how they.
It's how you give one man all the power.
Basically, yeah.
He said in his acceptance speech, I will do great things for this country. I will do it. I know what I'm talking about. I know the system. I will be your voice.
Uh-huh.
That scares the ever-living shit out of me.
Look,
honestly,
man, don't listen to Donald Trump. The message is listen to Joe and Nick, because we're the voice of the people now. Fuck all this shit. Fuck all this Donald Trump. Fuck all this Hillary Clinton. Fuck all this Bernie Sanders. We are the people. We, the people, are going to tell you, the people, what's going on. And this is like, what was the old saying for play-by-play? All sports, no bullshit. All news, no bullshit. That's what you're getting over here.
Which should change. And there's some, if you want news, and I'm going to shout out Philip DeFranco real quick. Yes. Incredible. You know who I'm talking about? I will link you to his videos. Absolutely incredible guy for news. Please check him out. He has over 4.4 million subscribers on YouTube. He's been doing this for a while. He knows what the hell he's talking about, and he's pretty freaking funny too. At some time.
First of all, I see this Donald Trump police comment. Let's dispel some police myths really quickly. More white people are killed by cops than black people per year. This is a fact. What they don't tell you is that the reason for this is because there's more white people in America than black people. I don't know why people can't put two and two together and figure this shit out, but it's right there in fucking front of you. There's more white people than black people. Obviously, they're going to get killed more. The people who get killed at higher rates are black people, minority groups, black people and Spanish people. Asians don't get killed by cops very much. Asians also proportionally have the lowest crime statistics. Black people do have the highest percentage of crime statistics.
Yes.
That is a fact. There are a lot of factors that go into that. The reason why, some of it being,
the hood,
slums. Slums. Poverty breeds crime. Mm-hmm. What is the group that is most likely to be poor in America?
Black people. Hispanic people.
Hispanic people, exactly. White people and Asians are less likely to be poor, Asians especially, because most Asian immigrants who come here have money. So therefore, they are not as likely to commit crimes as these minority groups.
Yes.
These are facts. These are facts that everybody should know before they start watching biased reports from like CNN and Fox News and shit like that. Another fact is that, yes, police have gotten more militaristic.
Without a doubt.
That is a measurable fact. I don't have the exact sources right now, but I will find them for you and link them in the description.
Just look at, yes, the white people do get killed more by cops just because there's a larger percent of white Americans in this country. But that's not what sells.
Exactly.
If I went out and shot a white person, which I'm not, don't worry.
I'm not going to shoot anybody.
I'm not.
But if I
this is just a disclaimer. I don't own a gun. I'm not going to go out and shoot somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But if I went out and shot a white man, and then 2 days later I shot a black man,
which one is going to get media coverage?
Yes, which one is going to get media coverage?
Exactly.
It's going to be the Black Lives Matter movement. It's going to be the black man, just because that's what's relevant and that's what seems relevant in this country.
Yes.
And that is why people get twisted and like, oh no, it's black people. It may be because you perceive it that way. And
This all lives matter and Black
Yes.
Lives Matter fighting is exactly what people in government and such like that want. They
Yes.
don't want people to wake up and see, look, we're fighting for the same thing. We both don't want people killing other innocent
Yes.
people.
That's what I think is. And
Black Lives Matter as a point. Black Lives Matter absolutely has a point,
Yes.
because black people are most likely to die, statistically speaking, in this country, whether it be at the hands of cops or at the hands of other civilians.
Yes.
All Lives Matter also has a point, because there's no reason that you should be going and bumping people off for no reason.
No.
You know, so I wish we could stop like this petty bickering and just work toward a common goal, which would be better restrictions on who can own a gun. Me personally, I am not in favor of banning guns. I hear a lot of people. We're in a pretty liberal town, I would say.
We are definitely in a liberal town.
I hear a lot of people who want to flat out gun bans. I can't fucking speak. I hear a lot of people who want to flat out ban guns completely, repeal the Second Amendment type of shit. I am not in favor of that at all. Number one, because if only the police and the military have guns, you think you're scared now. Oh boy. That's not the type of thing that a place like America has. That's the type of thing that a place like Saudi Arabia has. Number two, and a less paranoid reason, is that there's already a very easy way you can curb gun violence while protecting people's Second Amendment rights.
Education,
but more than that,
stricter gun laws.
Stricter gun laws, exactly.
It's easier to get a gun than a driver's license.
Here is my grand proposal, which shouldn't be a grand proposal. It should be, oh, let's just do that because it's the fucking obvious thing to do. But here is my grand proposal. You have to take a 5-hour course to own a gun. You have to take a test at a gun range where you show a trained professional that you know how to use a gun in order to use a gun. What does this sound like to you? Sound like driver's ed, doesn't it? We're going to have driver's ed and we're going to have gun ed. You have to be 16 to get a gun permit.
I would say 18.
I would say 16 because it's the same thing as driving.
The reason I would say 18 is because I don't trust a 16-year-old with a gun. I'd rather trust an 18-year-old who can go into the military, buy a pack of cigarettes, and vote for this country.
Okay. You have to be 18 to get a gun permit. You have to be 19 to get a gun license. So that assumes you spend a whole year figuring out how to fucking use the thing. While you have the permit, you cannot own one. You can only learn from gun professionals at gun ranges. Sounds sort of like driver's ed.
That's very interesting. That's a very interesting.
You can only learn in those situations. I would make a list of certain mental disorders and certain.
Well, there's paperwork you have to fill out for a driver's.
Yeah, there's paperwork you have to fill out for a license. There's certain things that you can't drive if you have it. If you're blind, you can't drive.
Right. If you have depth perception in your left eye and you can't see, you can't drive.
Exactly. So I would have a list of mental disorders, and I would have a list of crimes you could have committed. If any of these show up on your record, you cannot own a gun because you cannot be trusted with it for one reason or another. And finally, you need, just like we need different types of licenses, you can't just get a driver's license for your Impala and you can also drive a semi-truck and a Harley Davidson. It doesn't work that way. The same thing with guns. Just because you have your shotgun license doesn't mean you can own a 9mm pistol,
Or
and doesn't mean you can own a fucking AK-47. You need separate release waivers and separate licenses and separate training to use those guns.
Yes.
That is the simple solution. I can't believe nobody has done this. Whatever.
And this is also something that Trump and his band of enthusiasts have
That's a nice way to put it.
have felt the liberal media and their overall perception that all guns are bad and they want to ban the Second Amendment. They feed off of that.
They feed off of that. And the liberal side feeds off of the idea that these conservatives are all rednecks who shoot guns off for any reason at all.
We're going to shoot 70 people because we have a gun. We can do that.
I've got any circumstances. I'm going to use my gun to shoot the mailbox so that I can get the mail easier.
Here, shout out to Family Guy.
Maybe there's somebody in Texas who's living like that. But he's the exception. He's not the norm. There's nobody who just family owns guns. They're not in the house. They're at my grandma's house. But we do actually own a gun. We don't use it. I've used it one time when I was out hunting cowbirds. True redneck stuff, I know.
That's not
dad. I don't know if my dad has ever actually used it. My mom has only used it twice.
And here's the thing: I've shot shotguns. I don't know what exact gauge they were, but shooting,
I believe mine is a 12 gauge.
We were shooting clay pigeons out in Pine Bush. Some other shit.
Yeah.
The people that are shooting guns, that own the guns, they have a hunting permit for the gun.
Yeah.
No one's just going out in the street and shooting their gun in the air.
Yeah.
Well, one, because ammo is fucking expensive, and two, if the bullet lands, hello, it's gonna.
I like Chris Rock's suggestion.
What?
Suggestion was, why don't we just make bullets $50,000 each? That would stop guns. Saw anybody dead from a gun wound, you'd be like, oh, he must have did something.
The one thing I don't get, and here's another thing to go along with your gun ed.
Yeah.
Is I think in order to own a gun,
stop being ed about gun ed. That's the motto of this podcast.
If you own a gun and you have your gun license, you should also, before you go in, whether it be the local police, the gun professional that is training you to use the gun, or whoever, they have to know that you have a safe or any sort of, like, someplace where you can store the gun that isn't a fucking cabinet that you could just and pull out an AK and just, okay, we're ready to go. You have to have a safe with something that can't, like, if I rob your house, like, let's say you own 7 guns and you have the proper license for each gun.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you have 3 shotguns, you have the proper license for that. You have 2 handguns and you have a couple automatic rifles.
Right. I have permits for all.
And you have permits and license for every single one. And I come into your house and I snap off your chain lock that you got from Target with a bolt cutter, and I steal your guns, and then I go kill somebody with those guns.
I am liable because I did not store them in a secure way.
Yes. I would say you are liable because you got a freaking chain lock, not a padlock, or
you
one
were
of those
basically it doesn't matter that you had the license to own them and you owned them legally. You were not being safe with them. Your kid could have done the fucking same thing.
Right. Your kid could have came with a wrench or a pair of dikes, not knowing what the hell they were doing, went like this, and then
all of a sudden the gun cabinet's open.
Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree. There's no reason that There's no reason this should be news to you people. I
Right.
don't understand. I'm going to stop being so aggressive because the proper way to teach people is through positive reinforcement, Joe.
So was this your breaking it down to Republicans? Was this your
No, my explaining shit to Republicans is this. Look, not all liberals want to ban guns. There are some who do, but most do not. Remember that?
yes?
Anyways, most liberals do not want to ban guns. They just want the idea that I have, stricter control over it. It would be like this. It would be like if you were really fat
Okay.
and you were constantly eating ice cream. Now, your wife and your kids want you to be healthy. And they don't want to do it by banning ice cream. They want to do it by saying, hey, maybe you should slow down a little bit. Maybe we can buy only one a week. Maybe we can, eat something else. Maybe we can get you educated so you know the damage you're doing to your body. They're not going to ban ice cream for everyone because you've got a fucking problem.
I'll even go a little step further. And this is going to hit you conservatives right in the goddamn skull.
Okay.
It's like smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
In the 1960s and the 1950s, everybody and their mother and their cousin and their little brother smoked cigarettes.
Yeah, everybody did. Then we learned about the health benefits.
Then we learned about the health benefits, the
health risks.
The health risks, and the damages it could do, causing cancer, and so on and so forth. We didn't ban cigarettes altogether.
Yeah.
We could walk down to Cumberland Farms, which is not even a half mile from this house, and go buy a pack of cigarettes.
Right now. I just bought Swishers a couple days ago to smoke weed with.
It's not going to be. We know what we're doing. We know. People now know that cigarettes are addictive.
You can still. They didn't ban cigarettes.
No.
You can still buy your cigarettes.
You just
have to smoke them outside.
And you can't smoke them in certain areas.
That's all you have to do. It's the same shit. You can still own your gun. You just have to shoot it in only a couple of places. You don't have you can still own your gun. You just need a plastic card that says I know how to use a gun with you doing a thumbs up.
Yes.
That's all you need. That's all I need to drive.
That's all you need to buy cigarettes.
Yeah. All I need is my driver's license. Oh, I'm 18. Oh, okay, cool. It's all whatever.
Wrapping up this podcast.
What
is the stupidest thing you've seen today?
Stupidest thing I've seen today is your face.
Thanks.
No, just kidding. The stupidest thing I've seen today, not naming names, is somebody tweeted, I learned the hard way that people just don't respect you. People don't respect you unless you, this goes not specifically for you, because I don't really know you like that anymore, but this goes specifically for everybody. Anybody who might even consider tweeting something like this. People don't respect you unless you give them something to respect.
Or not to respect.
Yeah. There's a what was it, The Sopranos?
Yes.
Tony Soprano,
Yes.
who had his hierarchy of respect. We're like 19,
Yes.
man. We're not owed anything.
No.
Maybe like little kids should respect us, but that's it. We have to. If you're at the bottom like this, you have to earn respect. People don't just give it to you. But your boss, you have to respect your boss, whether you want to or not. They've earned your respect. There's hierarchies to this. Not everyone is a winner. You have to prove yourself that you're a good guy. You have to prove that you have to prove that you're about it.
I'm gonna cut you off
have to
and give examples for you.
Yeah.
For your first one, that you have to prove respect. we both have jobs.
Yeah.
We both have to be at our jobs at a certain time.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's for you, but I always have to be there 15 minutes early before we open.
Mhm.
Every day I have to be there 15 minutes early before I open.
As long as I'm like,
As long as you're there,
opening is I have to be there like 10 minutes early. But as long as I'm for regular shifts, as long as I'm there at the time it says to be there,
Right.
I'm good.
And being there on time every single day is how you gain respect.
Yeah. That happened to me. They're like, hey, this guy is always here.
Yes.
He's always doing what we tell him to do. Let's give him more hours. He seems to be taking it seriously. My coworker, again, not naming names, who doesn't show up and doesn't do anything when she is there,
loses hours.
they say, okay, well, we're not going to schedule her anymore.
Here's on
and
the
then
flip
they
side.
hit me up wondering why they don't get hours.
Here's what you do to lose respect. Let's say you date a girl
Yeah.
or a guy.
Yeah.
And you've dated them for a considerable amount of time, 7, 8, 9 months.
Yes.
Long enough period where you know the family, you've got to know the family, and you've done stuff with the family and all that sort of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Then you have a breakup.
Right.
Then you go and fuck the sister or brother of the person you most recently dated.
Oh,
That's
no.
how you lose respect.
Yeah.
That's how word gets around in town and through other people and through now social media that you're a homewrecker, that you don't really give a shit about people. That's how you lose respect. That's how you become an asshole. Yeah. That's what being an asshole, that's one quality of being an asshole.
Homewrecker. I have never met an actual homewrecker. I've never met anybody who legitimately broke up with a girl and actually fucked their sister. I don't know if that's just because like everybody I've known is like their families are like super loyal and the sister wouldn't have done that. But I don't know. There's some hoes out there that like come in pairs. So.
Your second point.
Yeah.
With I'm getting a little.
Let's getting a little more sidetracked. Is there ever a situation where they're like such big hoes that being a homewrecker is somewhat justified?
I don't know. But anyway,
No,
to get back to what I was saying, with your second point, which I'm not really remembering right now because I'm so focused on this.
My second point was basically you gotta walk the walk if you want people to talk.
Oh yes, this is what I'm. Nick and I are we could sit down on the couch upstairs or at my place and just say, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to make this video. Oh, I want to do this.
Yeah.
We're actually doing shit. We actually have content, and I'm gonna shout out another guy. His name is Gary Vanderdijk. I'm gonna butcher that name, but I'm gonna link his he's down in the description. He came up with this with 4 letters. PHCC.
PHCC.
Patience, hustle, content, and community.
Okay.
I
like that. I'm going to use that when I'm coaching.
We have patience. We are building a brand on the current. Very, very hard to build a brand. Getting 10 subscribers is harder than getting 100. Getting harder than getting 1,000.
Yeah.
Getting 100,000 is harder than getting 1,000, and so on and so forth up the totem pole. But you have to.
Yes.
H.
This shit won't happen overnight.
H. Hustle. You actually have to put in the work and work your ass off to do that. I'm currently going for journalism. I'm writing my ass off. Yes, I haven't really put out that much content in the recent couple months, and I'm working. I'm trying to put the best content I can out there for people.
Yeah. Take me for example. I'm going to be what do I notice? I can learn the high school. I can show that I'm talking on being about. In my spare time, I make music. I don't just say I'm going to do it and beats. I put it all together. Yeah.
We could sit up there for 4 hours and say, I want to make this video podcast about the MLB trade deadline. We could be sitting and talking to each other saying, "Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, that's a great idea."
Yeah.
Friend.
Yeah.
But we actually turned on the camera and we actually said shit with us, whether it be politics or on our main channel with sports. It doesn't really fucking matter because you're entitled to your own opinion. Yes, we put out.
If you're not,
We have the content to say if someone said, you know, I like your stuff, I want to partner with you, or I like your writing, or I like your music, or I like what you do, I like your pedigree, we want you as our running coach, or whatever that may be.
Yeah.
Content behind that.
Yeah.
And then C, community. It's what we're doing right now. This is what we think, believe. We go on doing and saying, believe and do through videos, through writing, through lyrics, through if you're in meetings, what have you.
Yeah.
But this is how through your hustle, through your content, is how you build community. You have to go to every event, answer every email, answer every tweet, answer every freaking comment in the comment section.
Yeah.
To build community. That's how you get likable. That's how that. And I'm taking it from his. I'm basically spitting verbatim to Gary's video, and I'll put it down in the description afterwards. But just do, and if you're, and I'm not one for I'm a little bit for motivational speaking because if all things go to hell, my dead last plan is being a comedian. But I'm also kind of thinking about becoming a baseball coach. I have a book that I'll show you at some point of my list, and I took it from a book that I'm now reading for I think the third or fourth time over. Is Pete Carroll's book. I've said it to you before, and I've actually showed it.
I have Mike Matheny's book myself.
I've actually showed it on the on one of our podcasts on our second channel, or on our actually this is the second channel, but on our main channel. Great book, but I actually have a book of how I want to plan out a week of practice. How I'm going to say, okay, Monday we do this, Tuesday we do this, but that's vision. Now I have to go. That's part of the hustle, is to get a vision. I think it's 2 years ago now that we started our main channel.
Yeah.
We had a vision. We had an idea. We said, okay.
We said we're going to make sports podcasts. We're going to try to. We like talking about it. We're going to see if people like listening to us talk about it.
And that's what. And
apparently 12 of you do.
Yes. And that number is going to slowly grow.
It has. It already has. We had like 6 for the longest time, and now it's doubled in like the past 2 months.
That's because we put out content. We made 2016. We've made it our year. Now we're going to do the same thing for 2017 with this channel.
Yeah.
Nick and I, and Dylan, we thought, what is it, 4 or 5 months ago now?
Yeah.
Hey, we should get a second channel. We have other ideas that we don't really want to spill onto this channel. Let's make a second channel, and let's make a podcast about anything we fucking want.
Yeah.
Yes, this is not going to turn into a political channel.
Even though it has so far.
Its first 2 videos have been politics.
Yeah.
Nick might he might say, hey, I'm going to put out I'm going to release a song on this channel.
My second project, Second Opinion, is coming out August 20th. The first single, called Grimy, will be premiering on this channel August 19th, so you'll get a little preview.
And that's...
The whole thing drops on SoundCloud on the 20th.
Yes.
It has many features. I've got actually the list here. Super dope. All these features that are on it. And these are all totally legit, by the way. I totally did not actually get these guys to be on my record, but what I'm doing is it's Second Opinion. I'm sampling their songs and making my own remixes of them. And it features the talents of myself plus J. Cole, Mac Miller, Childish Gambino, Tyler the Creator, Chief Keef, Young Thug, Kirko Bangs, Big Sean, ASAP Rocky, Snow the Product, Ty Dolla $ign, I'm Sue, Chance the Rapper, Logic, and possibly Fetty Wap, Future, and The Weeknd.
I'm surprised you don't have Action Bronson on there as well.
I thought about Action, but I couldn't find any of his verses that fit with the theme that I'm going for.
I'm going to have to talk to you off air about this second project after we get done.
Yeah.
But to continue what I'm saying.
The Logic one, I know that's what you're going to ask. The Logic one is Flexecution.
Totally, you got me excited for a totally different reason. But just to sum up what I'm saying here, and then sum up the podcast after that, is you have to actually go and do something. 2 years ago, we had a vision, and we said we like talking about sports, in particular, local New York sports, and for him, Boston. Ugh. But and then a couple months ago, we said, hey, we have a second channel. We like to talk about politics. We like to talk about movies, video games.
We'll be doing
music.
We'll be doing a summer movies recap soon enough.
Yes, very, very soon.
Star Trek Beyond, spoiler alert, is the best movie of the summer.
I have to go see it. But I also want to see Jason Bourne and a couple other movies. Yes,
yeah, that was dope.
Those movies.
Did you see the Great Wall trailer?
No.
With Matt Damon that caused like a huge controversy?
No.
I did want to address that on this channel at some point. Might as well address it now. Basically, the trailer it's a Chinese production.
Okay.
It's basically a monster movie about the Great Wall, except instead of the Huns, they're keeping out some fucking monster apparently. So like the tagline.
You great
was
Mongolians, why are you knocking down my shitty wall?
The tagline was why did they build it or some crap like that. What did they build it for? And basically, people are mad because Matt Damon and Willem Dafoe are in the starring roles. Except Willem Dafoe isn't getting any hate. I don't understand that. Matt Damon is getting all the hate.
Matt Damon, shame on you.
Matt Damon, shame on you for playing a Chinese character. When
that's
you're
actually
white.
A Tom Brady commercial.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I have.
That's Matt Damon, shame on you.
But the controversy is, why is this white guy playing an Asian character?
Which has happened in many, many movies before.
My response, probably the worst offender being Mickey Rooney, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yes.
Which is racist, but it's funny. You have to admit it's
or
funny.
What was the Egyptian movie a couple of years ago? The Tomb Raider.
No, that was Prince of Persia.
Prince of
with
Persia.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Ridiculous.
Personifying an Egyptian man.
Yeah, the personification of Middle East,
yes.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, let's get this out of the way. First of all, Asian American people who were upset about this, most notably the wife from Fresh Off the Boat, who is kind of hot. Yes, you are right. You are right. Why aren't we giving these Asian actors a chance? But in this case, I think you're wrong. And the reason why is because, number one, this is not a Hollywood production.
No.
This is a Chinese movie production. So don't be mad at Hollywood, because Hollywood had nothing to do with this. This was not their production. Number two, the director, who is Chinese, wanted Matt Damon because he wanted someone who would give Western audiences a lead into his movie,
yes.
Someone who was marketable. Because every other actor besides Willem Dafoe and Matt Damon are all Chinese, and this is their first English language movie ever.
Okay.
Actually, the Chinese themselves were not mad at all about this trailer. They were actually more hyped that some Chinese pop star from over there is playing like this boy emperor type of character. Like, they were all hyped about that. And number three...
And the star pitcher is the extra in the third scene.
Yeah. Is he really?
I don't know.
Number three, stop it. Because the bottom line is, you're right, you have a point, but the bottom line is, Hollywood doesn't give a fuck about you. And the reason Hollywood doesn't give a fuck about you...
because it's Hollywood.
...is because they're only concerned with making money.
Yes.
Which... Your point that that's a terrible excuse? Yeah, it is a terrible excuse, but it's fucking reality.
You're in Hollywood.
You're in Hollywood. You should know.
You're on a show.
Exactly.
You're turning into a dose of Buckley.
I am turning.
You're not Canadian.
And I'm showing my face on camera.
Yes, and you're showing your face on camera.
Shout out to him. I love his work.
Oh, he's
so funny.
He showed me him
he's one of my biggest
comedic
influences.
Oh my goodness. We'll put
basically.
Hold on, before we get
before
we've shouted out 3 people that honestly deserve it, and yes. I know the Dose of Buckley guy will hate us shouting them out because he hates people like you and me saying, "Oh, he's great." He
won't even know we have like 10 subscribers.
Well, he hates people saying, "Oh, I'm so great." So a Dose of Buckley, Philip DeFranco.
Let's not shout him out. You're actually terrible.
Yes, you're horrible.
So anyways,
Continue.
Number one, they don't give a fuck about you because, first of all they want is your money.
Mhm.
And because you're mad, there's a lot of people who are just going to be like, well, fuck it, Matt Damon, let's go see it. Yeah, fuck it, China, Great Wall, monster movie, let's go see it. And the fact is, this is still a Chinese project, and the Chinese box office is huge now in a way that it wasn't 10 years ago, which is why movies like World of Warcraft, that became a success because people in China loved it even though it bombed over here.
Mhm.
So that's my prediction. This movie is going to completely bomb in America because of this backlash, but it's going to be fine in China and make lots of money, so it's not going to matter. So you didn't change anything because you're like, oh, it bombed, they're going to change it now because they heard our voice. No, it doesn't change anything because it still made money in China. The Chinese people just don't care. I mean,
Right.
I'm not going to say that, like, people are saying, like, why don't they care? They should care, or whatever.
So it's
I
because
don't
they
know. I don't know why, but they don't.
Ask
So,
somebody.
yeah.
So
that's my stance on that. Actually, that's fun fact. Speaking of racial diversity casting, that's why it's slow to adapt.
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
Chinese people, you can call me racist all you want for what I'm about to say, but Chinese movie-going audiences don't want to go to movies with black leads. That is true. That is a fact that is backed up by statistics. And that is why only recently is there a shift happening in America, because the American people who make the movies want the Chinese money.
Yeah.
So they're not going to do things that will upset Chinese audiences. Now, because people are going to the movies again in America, they give less of a fuck. Because people were, for a while, back when we were kids, people weren't going to the movies as much.
I was going to the movies. It was only me who I was
Yeah.
keeping the box offices
But
open.
now people are going again,
Right.
so that's why the numbers are going up. That's why, like, things like Black Panther are getting made. That's why something like Finn and Star Wars became a reality.
Mhm.
But if it hadn't been for that, it probably wouldn't have happened because, and I'll cite the source, I promise, I'll find it down there, but Chinese people are more racist than Americans, and they don't want to see
Right.
movies with black characters.
All right.
They want to see Chinese people in their productions, or if it's from America, they want to see Matt Damon, and they want to see Ben Affleck, and they want to see these stars who happen to be white.
All right, we did this on our main channel, and this is going to be something that we're going to do on this channel. 2-minute recap. Go. You got a minute, I got a minute.
Donald Trump, you're a jackass.
Eh,
Marines deserve your respect. They don't have to respect you. Marines deserve everyone in this country's respect, hands down. Marines are at the top of the food chain for who gets respect in this country. So Donald Trump, you're a jackass. Asians, you have a great point. I hear your point. I wish that something could be done about this, but Hollywood doesn't care. Please stop flooding my timeline because Hollywood doesn't care. And last but not least, we're building a brand. We're hustling. You got to give respect, and you got to show people that you deserve to be respected in order to earn it. That's my lesson to you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play by play.
Nope. Okay.
Wow, that text message came in at the same time the thing ended.
What I'm going to say to that point is, if you don't like what we're doing, be better than us. Do it. I want you to.
Yeah.
Secondly, Donald Trump, you're an ignorant, racist, narcissistic, lazy dictator, and I'm not going to vote for you. That's final. I don't care what you guys say in the comments below. I'm not voting for Donald Trump.
You hater.
Call me a hater all you want.
Hillary lover.
I'm not a Hillary lover. I've said on this channel I'm not a Hillary lover.
Oh, they don't care. They don't listen to the other videos. They get to 5 minutes in and they're like, oh, you're talking about Donald Trump. Turn it off.
Please
You're
Please.
an asshole. Oh, I'm sorry. I've taken up all your
It's
time.
fine. Please subscribe to this channel. Please, just if you like us, show us. Subscribe to
Yeah.
us. More stuff. Final point. More stuff is coming. We're getting stuff ready for this channel. Not all of it is ready.
Final point. I want to make something real clear to you. I want to see good discussions in the comments. I want to see people sharing opinions and building off each other's points. I don't want to see gay, dumbass,
Faggot.
faggot, skinny, loser. You don't understand. I don't want to see shit like that. If you don't think I understand, tell me why I don't understand so I can respond to you. If you want to share something, share it so that we can have a conversation. I want conversation. That's the number one thing I want. What I hate more than anything today, I say this a lot, this is going to become a regular feature.
Okay.
I hate more than anything else. I hate how you can't have discussions anymore.
Right.
It's all about me. It's all about, this is my opinion, and God damn it, you're going to hear it. And God damn it, you're going to like it.
I'm going to
shove it down your throat until it's all the way down in your small intestine and you're gagging it up. And you gagging it up the same shit that I'm saying. We can have discussion. I want to bring back the discussions. That's my mission with these channels. That's my mission in life. Bring back the discussion. Talk about it. Learn from each other. Because we're all different. We've all got different opinions. There's no such thing as a right or wrong opinion.
No.
Just learn from each other, please.
Building off of that, and this is, I'm sure Nick is going to say, if you support Hillary, tell me reasons why I should vote for her.
Yeah.
If you support Trump, tell me reasons why and this is specifically for you Trump fans out there.
Yeah.
Who just who will take the dick up their ass whether he says to or not. Please don't just defect everything you see. Don't deflect it to him saying, oh, he did this because defend him and saying, take ownership.
Yeah.
Say, this was wrong, but this is why you should vote for him. This was wrong, but this is what he means. This is wrong because show me the proof.
Yeah.
Show me why. Tell me why. Start a discussion so that somebody in Indiana who might be totally pro-Trump, and somebody in New Jersey that is totally pro-Hillary, and somebody who is in Venice Beach, California, that doesn't really know where to go, can persuade.
They can all see it and say, hey, I'm still voting for Trump, but those are some good points. Or I'm still voting Hillary, I'm still with her, but yeah, he's got some good ideas. Or, you know what? These are both solid opinions. I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go vote for Trump. I'm going to go vote for Hillary. Or both of these, or 4 or 7 or 9 or 30,000 opinions are bullshit. I'm not going to vote at all. I'm going to flip a coin, and whichever one lands heads up. So that's seriously what I'm considering doing. I'm not even kidding. I'm seriously considering just closing my eyes and just pressing a button. So thank you guys for hanging with us for another half hour, 40 minutes, however long we took for this podcast. I know we said it was going to be quick. More stuff. It never is. No, whenever we say something's quick, it's not going to be quick. We should start saying it's going to be really long, then it'll be quick. Sort of like my dick. It's really long, Jesus but it's Christ. Fast. We're going to be putting stuff out. 2016 is going to be our year for our main channel and for this channel. Still, 2017 is going to be even better. I promise you guys that. We're not going to put something out we don't have our full backing on. And if we mess up, if we forget something, or we misquote something, or if we do something wrong, please, for the love of God, point us out on it. Please be our fact checkers. Yeah. I'm saying a lot for you guys because I trust you guys that much. Be our fact checkers. Or if you want to say, hey, you didn't bring this point up, or hey, you overlooked this, or hey, I think this is worth something, and we both agree, say, hey, this has substance. They're right. We'll do it. All right. So, guys, it's been fun hanging with you guys on the main channel and over here. I don't know when we're gonna be back. Hopefully soon. But till then, guys,
Peace out, PvP Nation.